Hello and welcome to the second game of the round of 16 for this year's Retro Gaming Weekly World Cup. My name, as always, is Jack Hubbard, and today we've got Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. Ivory Coast has played a very fantastic tournament so far, their physical play contrasting with their goal-scoring ability. Ecuador, got 2 byes into the round of 32, pulled it out against, I forget who, but pulled it out. I think it was actually Iraq, just totally scored a lot of goals. So let's see what they can do today. Alright. So we're going to play the night match. And here we go. We're going to be the Ivory Coast. Alright. Ecuador starts with the ball. Traore gets it for the Ivory Coast. Starts to run down the field. Now, what's really cool is they're kind of my home team this World Cup. They're based actually in my hometown of Wilmington, Delaware, at the Hotel DuPont, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of neat to see them. And they're practicing at the Philadelphia Union Stadium, Subaru Park in Chester. Traore scores! 4 minutes in, it's Traore for the Ivory Coast. Traore does a fantastic job of scoring. Gets it downfield from one of the other Ivory Coast players. Geeks around the Ecuadorian defense. Scores. 1-0 Ivory Coast. C gets it for the Ivory Coast. Ouattara passes to Traore, who's going to pass back to Ouattara. Takes the shot. Ouattara scores. 9 minutes in, it's 2-0 Ivory Coast. It's looking pretty good for the Ivorians. Passes it on. Just great back and forth play between the two forwards. Ecuador has the ball again. Hurtado gets the ball stolen off of him by Traore, but Fernandez gets the unheld ball. Caraballi also gets another unheld ball. Traore gets the ball from Kawame, who gets it to Kamara, who gets it to Dow. Fernandez is able to read the telegraph play, but the D does a great job of holding on to the ball. Caporo gets the telegraph play back, and Ecuador runs it in. Kamara does a great job of breaking down the play. Dow does a fantastic job of reading the play. Gets it to Kamara. He's going to pass it up to Ouattara. Let's see what Ouattara can do. Morales, the Ecuadorian goalkeeper, stops the shot. Gets it downfield. 20 minutes gone. It's 2-0 Ivory Coast. Aka passes it back to Kawame, who passes it to Dadi. Passes it back to Kanate, the goalkeeper, who boots it back downfield. Traore passes it into the Ecuadorian zone. Hurtado starts with the ball. Goes out of play. Be an Ivory Coast throw-in. Let's see what we can do. Dow gets ready. Kamara gets it off of Dow. Kawasi gets it from the midfield and is going to run it in for a nice goal. Kawasi scores. It's now 3-0 Ivory Coast. Oof, 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 oof. Ugh. Just a perfect goal. Just runs it in from the midfield. Ecuador. I didn't think they'd go too far in this run, but, doesn't surprise me. Traore is just going to run it back into the Ivory Coast defensive zone. Passes it to Dadi. Passes it to Kawasi, who gets it over to Traore. Going to pass it over to Ouattara, who puts it into the Ecuador on the edge of the Ecuadorian 18. Traore gets the ball back, takes the shot. 6 shots on target for Ivory Coast, none for Ecuador. Let's see what we can do. 33 minutes gone. Ivory Coast 3, Ecuador 0. Fernandez has the ball for Ecuador. Karabali has it. Fernandez. Kawame gets it off of Fernandez. Passes it to Kamara, passes it to Dow, who passes it back into the Ecuadorian zone. Bourbano gets it. Gets the ball stolen off of him by Kamara. Dow gets it from Kamara, passes it down. Traore gets it. And then fires it, but Morales makes the stop. Good teamwork by the Ivorians, who just are happy to pass the ball to each other. It's nice to see. It's a little like Dutch total football, which we'll see later on this week in the round of 16. Ouattara gets it. Puts it off the crossbar. Karabali gets it. Tenorio gets it to Cubero. Traore gets it and passes it forward. Hurtado reads the telegraph play. Kawasi takes the shot, boots it out. It's a goal kick. Morales gets ready to take the shot. We're now into injury time. Traore gets it, passes it up to Traore, passes it back to Traore, who passes it to Ouattara, who's going to run the ball in, take the shot. Ouattara gets his second goal. It's an injury time, 45 plus. Everybody's celebrating. Just a nice pass from Traore to Ouattara. Spins around, flicks it in. There it is, back of the net. Ecuador starts with the ball. This will probably be the last touch of the half. And it plays out that way. 4-0 Ivory Coast as the players head off to the locker rooms. Let's take a look at the match statistics. 4 goals, 10 attempts on goal, 8 shots on target for the Ivory Coast, none for Ecuador. Ivory Coast have just been dominating this match. They're not afraid to let the ball go, but they usually get a break back. Ivory Coast starts with the ball and start the second half. Alright, Traore runs it down. Diaz steals the ball off of him. Kamara gets it, passes it down to the Ivory Coast player, probably Traore, but Hurtado is able to read the play. Kawame gets it to Traore, who gets it to Traore, who's going to run it in, takes the shot. Morales makes the save. 9 shots on target for Ivory Coast, none for Ecuador. Konate, the goalkeeper, having a kind of boring day in the back half, probably doesn't mind it at all, since he had to go to penalties earlier in the tournament. Traore takes the shot. It goes off of Morales' hand. It's out for a goal kick. Actually, no, it goes wide in the net. That's why it's a goal kick. 54 minutes gone. Ivory Coast 4, Ecuador 0. Traore gets the ball. Passes it forward. Carvalho boots it back down. Hurtado reads the ball perfectly. Konate makes the save. Konate not asleep at the wheel there, just making a great save. Keeps the ball in play, gets it out to Ouattara, who gets it downfield. Tenorio for Ecuador gets it back, but Fernandez is offside. Ivory Coast gets the free kick. Let's see what they can do with it. Kawame has it. Decides he's going to boot it downfield. Morales gives it a punch. Obregon gets it. Fernandez gets it from him. Gets it to Capora. Puts it forward. Konate makes the save. Konate takes the shot. Boots it back downfield. Ouattara gets it. Passes it down into the Ecuadorian team where it's snapped up by Obregon, who then boots it upfield, and it's stopped by Kawame. Traore gets it back downfield. Tenorio gets it and passes it up. Kawame does a fantastic job of corralling the ball, gets it over to Traore. It's going to just tickle the edge of the 18. Hurtado is able to read a shot, however. Fernandez gets it back, takes the shot. It goes to Konate. 3 shots on target for Ecuador, 10 for Ivory Coast. 70 minutes gone. It's Ivory Coast 4, Ecuador 0. Traore gets it over to Traore. Takes Obregon, just dethrones him off the ball. Heading into the 18, says, "That'll be mine, thank you very much." Camara gets it over from Fernandez. One of the Ecuadorian players. Diaz runs in, fires it on. Konate makes the save. He's been doing a great job this World Cup. Gets it downfield. Gets it to Traore. Passes it on to Ouattara. Going to run it in. Takes the shot. Ouattara just wide of the net. 4-0 Ivory Coast. It's for a goal kick. Morales steps up. Gets ready. Aka gets it. Passes it on to Kawame. Passes it on to Kamara. Passes it on to Ouattara, who turns the ball over to Hurtado. Traore gets it. Passes it back. The D gets it. Passes it to Aka. Passes it to Kawame. Passes it to C. Boots it forward. Morales makes the save. 85 minutes. Morales walks out slow. Takes the shot. Boots it back downfield. Kawasi gets it for the Ivorians. Passes it on to Hurtado. Aka gets it. Traore passes it into the open field. Tenorio gets it back for Ecuador, but Diaz is offside. Ivory Coast gets the free kick. Player coming off for Ecuador. Who's this going to be? Hurtado is going to be substituted out in the 89th minute for Quinones. Traore boots the ball forward to Diaz, who takes the shot, but it just goes wide of the net. 11 shots on target for Ecuador, 4 for the Ivory Coast. We get ready for the free kick. Konate takes the ball, boots it down the field. Disputed ball. Ouattara gets it, takes the shot off the crossbar, to Traore, who's going to take the shot. Morales makes the save, but Traore was looking for his second goal. Vitora was looking for the hat trick. Morales gets it downfield. And that's the game. 4-0 Ivory Coast. I have a feeling I know who's going to get the man of the match. It is going to be probably Kanate, the goalkeeper. Alright, match statistics are as follows. 4 goals, 17 attempts, goal, 12 shots on target, 5 attempts on goal for Ecuador, 4 shots on target, no goals. Kanate gets his clean sheet. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Retro Gaming Weekly World Cup 2026 round of 32. My name, as always, is Jack Coburn. Please do like and subscribe, hit that notification bell to be notified of our next video, and we'll see you next time for, let's see who the next match is. It's going to be Canada versus Scotland tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. This has been a presentation of Alsatian Productions. Peace!